If you remember, right before I went on vacation, I kind of went over a list of gear that I was going to take with me. In that list of gear, I listed a film camera that my daughter bought me for Father's Day, which was a Pentax 60X film camera. And just a little bit of a story behind that is like I took it on vacation with me, and the first roll of film that I put in there, it went all the way to the end of the roll, no problem. Rewinded it back into the canister. Everything was perfect. Then I put a canister of black and white film in there, and I took about 5 pictures. And when I took the 6th picture, something got fouled up in the camera and it rolled all the film back into the canister. I was like, that's a little bit weird. I'm just going to try a new roll. So I put a new roll of color film in there, took 1 picture, and the same thing happened. It rolled the whole roll of film back into the canister. So that whole roll of film was pretty much wasted. So I didn't think much of it. I was like, oh, well, whatever, you know. But then I took the rolls of film down to get them developed at Walgreens. Probably not the place to do it, but that's where I went. And that kind of has spurned on a whole new dimension of photo taking for me. And the anticipation of getting that film developed and sent back to me, no editing, can't really remember what I took, and I'm going to be surprised about what I get back from the developer here in about a week. I mean, it's going to take about a week and a half to get that done. But I'm a little bit concerned about putting any more rolls of film in through that Pentax 60X, because if you don't know, rolls of film are about $10 to $15 a piece. And if you have a malfunction like that, you're pretty much just wasting that money. So the whole experience got me excited, but I don't know if I can continue on with that particular camera, at least until I run some cheaper rolls of film through it. So it kind of spurned on a new camera search for me. And I'm not going to lie to you, a Leica did enter into the picture. I was looking at a Leica camera, film camera, M6 or M5 or something in that line. So the problem with Leica is I don't know much about their model numbers and stuff. But I came to my senses and was like, I just can't invest that much money into something I don't know if I'm going to thoroughly enjoy or not. I mean, they're like, $4,000 to $5,000 for the camera alone. And then you have to do a lens on top of that. And once you invest that much money, you're pretty much, in it. But the problem with film cameras is when you go onto a B&H website, you either have a $35 camera, plastic point and shoot type camera, or you have a $6,000 Leica. There's no kind of in-betweener. I know that Pentax did release that new one. It's not available yet. I might have been interested in that one had it been out, available, but it wasn't. So I had to start looking at the secondhand market. And there is a lot of point and shoots available on the secondhand market for, I don't know, $30 to $100, somewhere in there. But I asked my daughter, I was like, where'd you get that film camera, And she's like, I got it down at the antique mall. So I was like, I was bored at work and said, I'm just gonna go down there and check and see what they have at the antique mall. And lo and behold, they had this little jewel down there, the Olympus OM1N. And wow, is it some camera? What I like about this is it's completely manual, so I'm not going to have any problems with that whole rewind situation that I had before. And I got this camera and the lens and a few other, like a flash, a few other accessories for about $200. And I'm super excited about that. Now let me show you what the best thing about this camera is. And one of the main reasons I bought this camera is because the manual controls. Like I say, I love the Sony, 100% Sony guy, but sometimes you want just a little bit of different experience, and this camera definitely gives that to you. You have the manual roller over here. Everything's manual. The manual for the film thing here, I don't even know what it's called, but listen to this. Can you hear this? Yeah. Everything is manual. Focus, shutter speed control, aperture, everything's manual. And that's what I really do like about this camera. And the sounds of it are just incredible. So we can start over here with the shutter speed control. Listen to this. Oh man, you just can't beat that. The aperture control. Just as clicky as you could ever imagine. Now I want to shoot a photo and burn a photo here so you can listen to the shutter. It is amazing. Now listen. Okay, now listen. Oh, yeah, yes. One photo with this thing and you're like, oh my God, that's it. I'm done. Anyway, awesome camera. So one of the reasons I decided to buy this camera, besides, all the physical attributes of this camera, is because I'm going to be taking my daughter's senior portraits here pretty soon. And yeah, while I love the Sony, I love everything about Sony. I'm a diehard Sony guy. I love the pictures coming out of it, the video, the autofocus, all the technology, all that stuff. I wanted something just a little bit different. Like, I can take the photos with the Sony and then take one with this and get a little bit of different experience for me as a photographer and give her a photo that looks just a little bit different than probably anybody else will have. So that's part of the reason I bought this camera. And like I say, when I go out and take photos, I love the Sony. Make no mistakes about it. But sometimes you just want to slow down and enjoy the experience of taking photos. You want a little bit different experience than just touching on a screen, autofocus, take the photo, boom, there it is. Get it back in Lightroom, adjust all the colors the way you want it. That's satisfying, but this is a new experience and what makes this camera special to me. So while this camera might not be for everybody, and I totally understand that why it might not be, if you're looking for something new, go down to your local antique mall, see if they have something like this available, and give it a shot. It's pretty cool. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.